The Global Organization of People of Indian Origin is a worldwide network dedicated to promoting the well-being, development, and unity of over 30 million individuals of Indian origin across the globe. Founded in 1989 at the first Global Convention of People of Indian Origin in New York, GOPIO served as a platform for fostering economic, social, and cultural collaboration among the PIO, which also known as People of Indian Origin communities. With active chapters in over 100 countries, GOPIO connects diverse Indian diaspora communities through international conventions, academic forums, business dedications, and leadership programs aimed at empowering individuals and strengthening ties with India. GOPIO has been a driving force in creating opportunities for PIOs globally, emphasizing collective growth, cross-border cooperation, and the preservation for cultural heritage. As an advocate for global networking, GOPIO provides a platform for addressing challenges and exploring opportunities in education, business, social welfare, and governance. The organization's enduring vision of unity in diversity encapsulates its mission of building a united and a dynamic PIO community that contribute not only to the well-being of its but also to the development of the countries they live in, as well as their ancestral homeland, India. So to deliver the opening remark, it is my pleasure to invite Mr. Ravindran Arjunan, the Secretary General from GOPIO International.
Well, very good evening to all of you. Very happy to see many young faces here, and you are the future leaders. First of all, let me, on behalf of GOPIO International and GOPIO Malaysia, welcome all of you to the 15th GOPIO International Convention. It doesn't happen very often in this country. This is a 15. 14 conventions happen in many other countries, right from Durban, Mauritius, Paris, all over the place they happen. And this is the third time that's happening in GOPIO Malaysia. If you want to have another convention, probably you have to wait for another 10 more years. By the time all the youth will be elder, right? So take this opportunity. Friends, this year our emphasis is a lot on the youth. Today's session, you will see most of the youth are here because we want to let you know what is GOPIO. We had a meeting just now among seniors. We all know each other so well. We know the history of GOPIO. We can talk anything about GOPIO. But down the road, 10 years' time, you guys are going to be seated in the committee. You must understand what is GOPIO. Otherwise, you won't have that life in you of what GOPIO has done. One important thing I want to share, our engagement today, we have emerged as a virtual community, over the years. It took almost 30 years. Okay, we have been engaging India. Today, if you see the minister from India who's coming over here, simply means they have really recognized GOPIO very effectively. They were here last year and they are here again today. This did not happen before. I'm just sharing this with you. Did not happen before. Only when the first session that we had on GOPIO International Convention in India, the first Prime Minister, at that time, Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee was with us. After so many years, we have another minister joining us today. In fact, I must take this opportunity to thank all the Indian High Commission of Malaysia and also the Indian government for being so supportive as far as anything involved GOPIO or people of Indian origin. Okay? Okay. Please give. We have achieved quite a bit. How many of you are OCI card holders? Wow, there's a lot more. So what's wrong with you guys? Don't want OCI card? You don't have to pay visa to India, you know. You can do a lot of things, except two things. You cannot vote, which we don't want to, definitely. And you don't have to, you can't buy agriculture land. Other than that, you can do anything in India. That is the extent. It's even better than a green card. Because OCI card, you can get it without even stepping your foot on India. And if you show your lineage back to India. So there are a lot of things that we have achieved over the years. Please, the Indian Culture Center that we have here, the Know India program where some of you have gone to, all these are the initiative of what GOPIO has done before. So with that, friends, I don't want to drag on further. This session is going to speak about GOPIO, and we're going to share what GOPIO should move on to and what is the role a lot of youth must play in order to continue the legacy and continue what GOPIO has been doing so that it goes on. I know as youth, you all are thinking, your thinking is different from what we are, but we have to mold, we have to actually fit into your thinking and see how we can take GOPIO to the next level. This is the objective. So the session, I'm going to call all the senior people. These are all experts of GOPIO, experts of diaspora. They're going to here, they're going to present some cases, and the floor will be open for all the youth to ask questions. Ask anything you want. We'll give you answer. And please, Indian youth, speak. Don't speak behind. If you want, come up and speak. We want that kind of dynamism in you. Only then we can hand over GOPIO to you. Okay? So, friends, it's a great pleasure. I want to invite a serious senior person, professor, all the way from South Africa. He's going to be the moderator today with us. Please welcome Professor Dr. Dasra Shetty. He'll moderate. And then we have panel speakers. I'll call them. Professor Ajay Dubey from India. He's our academic coordinator. He's a diaspora specialist. He knows GOPIO in and out. He works on the constitution of GOPIO, a lot of things. Please welcome Prof. Ajay from JNU. Next is Mr. Vinay, who is the Deputy President of GOPIO International. He's also the President of GOPIO Mauritius. Has been with us from very early days. Please welcome Mr. Vinay. Sorry, his name is Chandra Prakash Vinay. And the founder of GOPIO, member of GOPIO. He's the current President of GOPIO International. He's a Malaysian. Please welcome Dr. Ponusamy. Well, the next person I have to welcome myself. Thank you. Please.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Dr. Ponusamy, for asking me to facilitate this session. And may I also acknowledge the distinguished members of our panel here today. Thank you for being here. Professor Dubey, Mr. Vinay, and Mr. Ravindran, who I think has put in a lot of hard work to get this conference, this convention underway. So on behalf of everyone here, I'd like to say thank you once again to the Malaysian Organizing Committee for having arranged such a splendid event, but also for being able to get a minister from India to attend the conference. And that we know is a big deal, so well done and congratulations on that. So the objective of this inaugural session is simply to discuss GOPIO and possibly address any of the questions that you may have or fears and anxieties about GOPIO, or anything that you think may be contentious, or any ideas that you may have to strengthen and build GOPIO on our way forward. We have a set of ideas that comes from another generation, and I think it's time for an injection of new young blood into the organization to give it new energy, new vigor, using new technologies to ensure that GOPIO as an organization grows and develops. There are almost 40 million people of Indian origin outside of India in about 40 countries at least, and probably more in the last 10 years or so since new waves of immigration began. And that history has been well documented. There were different reasons for people having had to leave India over the generations, and South Africa in many ways is similar to Malaysia and to Mauritius, where people were taken as indentured laborers. But we saw more recently how that changed, and qualified Indians are seeking work abroad now, especially in the Western countries. But I think what unites us is the fact of our Indianness. And that is something that we would need to define for ourselves. What is that thread, the common thread that binds us as an international community? And I think to begin this session, it would be protocol to ask Dr. Ponusamy to say a few words to introduce the topic, after which members of the panel may wish to make a brief contribution, and then we open it up for discussion. The idea was to get as much active engagement as possible. So thank you, Dr. Ponusamy.
To all youths, as what? Hello. Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. To all youths, particularly we are concerned about youths. Anyway, before that, I welcome all the delegates from overseas and the GOPIO representatives from the various chapters and youths at large. And particularly, not only Malaysian youths and all the other youths, we are at the terminal stage, and we have founded this GOPIO for the future of Indians, PIOs across the world, and particularly so for Malaysia being with, we started from the organization called Malaysian Association of University Graduates. We are all from estates. Our grandfather, my father was a rubber tapper, and I found my way to go and do medicine in India. So are many of our colleagues from Malaysia who were from such background, had gone on to do veterinary science, pharmacy, dentistry, medicine, agriculture, and what not. Now that such number is no more there. It's less in number, but we returned. We just not returned as Malaysian only. We also carried forward the knowledge that we gathered from the fellow Indians from other PIO countries in the region, like Mauritius, Reunion, South Africa, Fiji, Singapore, and Sri Lanka, Burma, and so on. So what does that again is that we all in dire needs of support for education and other trainings. So we had the association called Malaysian Union of Indian University Graduates, which was not doing very much but for annual activity. We took it over and garnered support and established tuition classes, health program, and entrepreneurial classes. We were the first to introduce computer class in Brickfields. I'm not sure most of you would not have heard of it. I'm a bit slurring because already too tired to talk. But never mind, I have to talk to the youth. I wanted the youth to participate because I may stop talking after some time. So it's better you all take up the talking from now on. Okay. Now, with that, when there was a proposal to set up a global organization of people of Indian origin, we participated. That took place in New York. We went and attended, and from then on, it was on the convention after convention. We participated and came out with active ideas and plans how to empower the improvised Indians across the world, and particularly in Malaysia, we have done a lot. Maybe the youths may not be aware, but you have to find out. Probably anybody who have come in contact with our youths will know that what we have done across the years. Now, that is, if anything more you want to find out about GOPIO, and during the session you can ask the questions. What role you want to play, what your expectations are, what your hopes are, what is the future direction. Look you're free to ask any question, we will answer you. With that, I end my speech. The moderator can take over.
Thank you, Dr. Punasamy. Okay, I think before we open it up for discussion, Professor Dubey and Mr. Vinay to say a few words, please.
Thank you. Good evening. Chair of the session, Professor Dasat Sethi, Chair, President of GOPIO, Dr. Punu, Secretary General of GOPIO, Mr. Ravindran, President of GOPIO Mauritius, Mr. Binay, my colleagues who are from different academic institutions, my seniors and friends from Mauritius, Malaysia, Munsiji and others, Mr. Guna, with whom we have worked together. What you are hearing from the two seniors is very important in terms of why should youth involve itself in an organization like GOPIO. Most of the people of Indian origin, their children, their family, live in multicultural society. Most of them, except Mauritius, are in a smaller in percentage in many countries. And many of the youth then ask, why should we be part of this kind of organizations? The reason is that it's not just Indian, but several communities across the world. After the end of the Soviet Union, when it was established that there are several identities which are intrinsic, which exist and you cannot suppress that, even after long Soviet rule in Russia and its territories, because they came back with a vengeance and you find their assertion all over. So it's better to recognize them, organize them, and use it for a better world, for a better society, for betterment of the country where they are living. So there is just no contradiction that the identity of a community has anything which is not good for the country, for the society, and for the world as such. That's the first question that as a youth, I had asked when I was working on this, when I was of your age, and gone around the world to understand people of Indian origin, stayed in Mauritius when I was a student to learn from them in the ashram from which they come and they are associated, Munsiji is associated. So overall, the ethnic identity, the Indianness is something that one should calculate, one should calculate, because it's just not your wish to accept it or not to accept it. Any identity depends on two, whether you accept or not, and whether others see you that way or not. Even if you stop accepting that, others will keep looking at you that way, that you are Indian. So that's something that one has to see, that it is an intrinsic reality and we should accept. GOPIO, as you know, is a global organization. It connects Indian people all across the world, and it represents the diversity that India has. The linguistic diversity, religious diversity, regional diversity. And therefore, a meeting like this, bringing youth from all over the world, presents a microcosm of Indian identity. That diversity is something that we should accept and celebrate. The identity of, and that diversity is of Indianness. And it is this that I would suggest that Indian youth should adopt and celebrate. Why it is important for GOPIO to emphasize youth sector, as Mr. Ravindran was saying, because when you go in multicultural society, when you get on with the life, you don't recognize to begin with who you are. And then you ask question much later on when you have lost in terms of building and retaining that kind of identity that you cannot deny and that you have to answer all through your life for yourself and for the community at large. And therefore, for youth, it is very important that they understand who they are. What is their civilizational, cultural identity? A cultural and civilizational identity of Indian is something that they can celebrate and far more important than many other identity other communities have. And you should understand the different facet of that. That your identity, along with identity of India, from where most of your forefathers came, is something that the world looks at today with great honor and great respect. That if you are Indian, it has a very definite meaning for the world community. And what constitutes that Indianness is something you should understand. Its values, its civilizational legacy, its heritage, its family practices, family values, social values, that one should celebrate and inculcate. I know the time is short, and there are many more distinguished speakers, but we'll come back to you on question and answer. Thank you.
Thank you, Prof. Dubey. Mr. Vinay?
Thank you very much. Dr. Punusamy, President of GOPIO International, Professor Ajay Dubey, Advisor of GOPIO International, Professor Dasat Chetiji, and the Secretary of GOPIO International, and all our senior members of GOPIO, youth delegation, Jewish delegates, and brothers and sisters. So I won't be long. I am going to present some facts about GOPIO to the youth. This will be a PowerPoint presentation. First of all, we have to know, basic things is we have to know what is GOPIO and what is the difference between GOPIO and other NGOs. There's a difference, I will tell you. GOPIO is a global organization of people of India, which is a non-sectarian global organization. For the 30 million of people of Indian origin spread around the world in more than 100 countries. GOPIO has been founded to unite all the PIO of the world. Slide number 1, please. The difference between GOPIO and other organizations. You can divided by rituals. Okay. It is a fact that every country PIO have founded several organizations. There is several organizations in every PIO country. For example, in Mauritius, we have numerous NGOs working sincerely for the benefit of the society. Normally, they are divided by rituals, language, and tradition, etc. Hindi-speaking organization will mostly cater for Hindi speakers. Telugu-speaking organization work mostly for the promotion of their respective languages and tradition. The concept of GOPIO is totally different. Why? Because GOPIO stands out. It is a sole platform for caters for every PIO. So every PIO, the door is open for every PIO to be a member and work for GOPIO mission. There is no limit, there is no barrier, door is open for everybody to come. GOPIO, Global Organization of People. One condition, you must be a PIO people, people of Indian origin. So you're welcome in GOPIO. The aims and objective of GOPIO, second slide please. This is especially for our youth delegates here. To promote the interests and aspirations of the people of Indian origin around the world as a whole and of specific groups residing in various countries of their adoption. Second, to promote common cultural heritage and through the heritage create a binding relationship. Third, to mobilize intellectual, professional, and financial resources of Indian around the world for the mutual development and advancement. Next, to organize interaction between communities and Indians worldwide at a global level, to deliberate and decide on common issues and problems faced by them. To further the interaction between the PIO and other communities at global level in promoting peace, progress, and harmony. India and GOPIO. Yes, India and GOPIO. In the starting days of GOPIO, we have had a long negotiation with the Indian authorities concerning the recognition of PIOs as Indian origin. By blood, we are PIO, but there was no provision in legal term by the authority of government of India that we are PIO. So, negotiation, finally the government of India under the Prime Ministership of late Sri Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji approves the proposition and ideas of GOPIO. Since the inception of GOPIO, the relation between India and PIO world is day by day ameliorating and strengthening. Today, GOPIO is in a very privileged position to give our views, discuss, propose to the government of India for the consolidation of our relation. Next slide, please. Major GOPIO accomplishment since its inception in 1989. First, recognition of PIO as Indian origin. All of us know very well that our forefathers came from different parts of India and we are full-fledged PIOs. Despite by blood, we are PIOs. We are not officially recognized as Indian origin by the government of India. It is in this, if this had continued to happen, slowly but surely, we would have been disconnected from our roots. Second thing, Bharatiya Pravasi Divas. PBD is a platform where we meet, discuss, and exchange views with the government of India and try to solve common problems and overcome obstacles as much as possible. The third achievement, OCI card. OCI card has further strengthened our relations with India and legally opened the gate to our land of origin. Next is the proclamation of PIO capital. Mauritius is a PIO country with 70% of the population of PIOs. Mauritius was declared as PIO capital nation of the Indian diaspora in 2003. Creation of PIO ministry. The government of India has created a special ministry to cater for the PIO matters as well as to support and guide the PIO world. PIO parliamentary conferences. Organization of PIO parliamentary conference by the government of India was a new and important step towards further creating a stronger bond between India and PIO diaspora. Another key development has been the creation of Prime Minister's Global Advisory Council of PIO, of people of Indian origin, in the government of India. And we have also, we achieved the program No to India and scholarship for PIO all over the world. This was a major achievement. This is a major achievement by GOPIO for PIO of the world. Now, next. Membership drive. No, let me talk about GOPIO chapters. GOPIO chapters have the, what is our responsibility? GOPIO chapters have the responsibility to mobilize all PIOs of the world without any distinction under one umbrella. GOPIO chapters must organize village-centered activity to make sure that everyone participates and interacts with the PIO world. We have to go every corner of our village, of our country, to mobilize all PIOs. Membership drive campaign must be done aggressively so as to encourage mass participation. Now we need mass participation as far as the mission of GOPIO is concerned. Membership. The membership can be divided into 3 categories according to the need of the country. First, full-fledged member. That is a management committee. That is a person who gives 24/7 for GOPIO mission. Full-fledged members. Second is associate members who already ready to help to move forward. And third one is well-wishers. Well-wishers is a common mass. We englobe all of 3 category people, then we can succeed. And next, international conferences. It is good to know how many conferences we have organized in the past 35 years, I think, no? 35 years, sorry. This is the 15th international convention. And there is a list there. UK 1980, it's the name of GOPIO. GOPIO, no? And then New York, Paris, Montreal, Mauritius 3. Nepal, Durban 2, South Africa 2, New Delhi 1, Sri Lanka 1, Kuala Lumpur, including this conference, is 3. You are equal, Mauritius and Kuala Lumpur. Eh? So, this is a brief introduction of GOPIO, and then we will continue with the discussion. As a pioneer of GOPIO mission, all of us have a huge responsibility on our shoulders. Let's work together to materialize the dream of our elders, which is to move towards to brighter future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Vinay. Thank you for giving us such a systematic overview of GOPIO's activities, of summarizing the history for us. I think that was very important, the manner in which you did it. And also implicit in your presentation were the challenges that GOPIO actually faces. So I think you've raised all the pertinent issues together with our eminent speakers on the stage today. And at this point, I'd like to open it up for discussion. We've got half an hour to have some discussion around the issues that were raised, and anyone is at liberty to speak. Are there roving mics that's going around the floor? You want them to come up to this mic at the...
I am the, just one moment for the youth, before passing to the youth. Today I'd like to remind the panel that there were two people, like Vinayji mentioned that we had 3 GOPIO conventions. There are 2 people whom should be remembered. One is Selvaraju Sundaram of Malaysia, and the other one is Dhandev Bahadur of Mauritius. They were the pioneers who struggled for GOPIO to come up to this level. That's how I had to add. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So if you'd like to speak, make a comment or ask a question, if you raise your hand, we'll get the mic to you, and you could introduce yourself, your name and where you're from, or say anything about yourself to introduce yourself to us. And then members of the panel may want to respond if it's a direct question, and it's open to any member of the panel to speak. Okay? There was a hand up in the back.
Yes.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me? I'm Pavitra Bhatmanathan from Ipoh, and we are from United Nations Hindu Voice. My question is to all of you, anybody can answer. How does GOPIO plan to leverage innovation and digital platforms to support and connect the global Indian diaspora, especially the younger generation? So this is my question, so anyone can answer? Thank you.
Could you please repeat what platforms? You mentioned 2 platforms.
Okay, I'll repeat back my question. How does GOPIO plan to leverage innovation and digital platform to support and connect the global Indian, especially the younger generation? Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, maybe we should take 3 or 4 questions and then move around the mic to the panel. Is this panel so intimidating? Okay, then Professor Dubey will respond.
Yes, thank you. As you heard the panel, the global Indian diaspora is present in more than 100 countries. GOPIO is an organization which intends to cover all of them, but it has not been possible so far because of the logistical region. The youth, who are so tech savvy in terms of mastering, working at ease with the digital platform, and all the innovation that comes in terms of technology, it comes through youth. Social media, internet, and many other digital platforms which comes through innovations can be very effectively used to promote GOPIO network, to connect youth who, if they cannot connect physically because of various reasons, at least can connect digitally, know each other virtually. And therefore, there is a huge potential and there is a huge need to use these innovations and digital platform to virtually first connect the youth of global Indian diaspora, in which Indian youth excel. They are known for their technical abilities. They are running United States, the biggest economy technologically in digital area. And therefore, there is a huge potential to connect the youth and people of Indian origin through these medium. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Dubey. In fact, that's a question that you should be answering for us. As the younger generation who are capable, who are more able than most of us on this platform, who understand technology, its various uses, should guide us in terms of the policy direction we should be taking. So, for example, there are very practical ways in which we could use technology to connect. And as you know, COVID gave us the impetus for that kind of connectivity. People are now meeting on Teams, on Zoom, and a whole range of other virtual and online platforms. And are we using it enough in GOPIO? Is the youth really connecting through those platforms? Given that it's extremely expensive to travel, that these kinds of conventions can only take place once in 2 years, and that many people who would like to be here can't afford to be here, how do we ensure that they participate through the use of this kind of technology? So, for example, your youth sessions, how do you use that to bring in youth from other countries around the world to connect, to debate, discuss, and do it on a regular basis, because it's a very low-cost way of ensuring the connectivity that Professor Dubey mentioned. And possibly leading from this convention, there ought to be a resolution about international connectivity through online platforms, and exactly what that would entail for us as an organization. Who would be arranging that? How many times or how often would we meet? What are the objectives of those meetings? And do we want to arrange workshops, training sessions, and share information through these sessions in line with the GOPIO objectives? So there's a whole range of things, but really I look forward to your contribution in terms of how best to use online technologies. Okay. Mr. Vinay?
Only one request. I would request to my young brothers here to come with your friend, join us, and we'll give you the platform. You guide us and help us.
There's a hand at the back there.
Hi sir, I'm Savinesh Velaidam from UNICEL, which is University Selangor, Bestari Jaya campus. My question is, what is the one aspect of GOPIO that you believe the world can benefit from for youth? That's all. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
Can you say that again?
Yeah, could you repeat the question, please?
Talk slowly.
I repeat the question. What is the one aspect of GOPIO that you believe the world can benefit from for youth? Thank you.
Okay, so essentially it's, is there any single aspect of GOPIO's operations, philosophy, ideology that can be beneficial, especially for the youth?
You tell me what you want.
Okay, like for youth, there are some obstacles to go abroad for their studies, for their works. I'm asking about that. I mean, like, how GOPIO help the youth for go abroad for study and for work?
Okay, there's a practical way already in existence, and I know we have participants in that program here. It's called the Know India program that you may be familiar with. It's a practical way of getting to know what India, its culture, civilization, history, issues are in a modern world in which India is reasserting itself as a global power, and a global power economically, militarily, socially, and in every way possible on the world stage. So in terms of youth benefiting, that is one such program that has direct benefits for youth. It is, the costs are covered by the government of India, the applications are done through the embassies and consulates, and those chosen are then taken to India, and they spend a period of a few weeks there learning different aspects and elements of India's culture, politics, history, and so on. So that's one direct benefit, but
Yes.
I'm sure there are other examples.
Yes, I think the GOPIO, as you see, is an organization that promotes, protects the social, cultural heritage of people of Indian origin. To the youth, it provides direct benefit in terms of providing a network which is well connected because of its common denominator, which is the Indian identity. Secondly, whenever in today's world you want to professionally excel or excel in business, there is something known as social and heritage capital. And Indian communities has that social and heritage capital which is utilized for professional and business growth. Many communities of Indian origin, Marwari, Chetiyar, several of them utilize those social and inherited expertise. And that is how the GOPIO can connect the youth globally, where the social and heritage capital can be utilized effectively, both for professional and business growth.
That's really.
Thank you, Professor Dubey.
Yes.
Yeah, my name is Ganeshan. I represent GOPIO Canada. Just to answer your question, my friend, I've been living in Canada for the past 15 years, and right from 2006, I've been facilitating students coming from India and other countries like African countries, whoever wishes to come to study in Canada, because Canada as a country attracts students to come and get into their next level of getting a work permit and a permanent residentship and also the citizenship. So I've been facilitating this activity for the past 15 plus years. So I'm here around. Anybody who wishes to know about the North American universities and also the work related, I'm an IT guy. I used to work in Hewlett-Packard, the printer company and the laptop company, right? So you can reach out to me and we can give you a free counseling how you can go on this education search, as well how your lifestyle can take you towards the Western lifestyle. Thank you.
Thank you.
Distinguished guests, delegates, a very good evening to all of you. My name is Dr. Vijayaraj. I'm the president and founder of Malaysian Indian Hope Foundation. My parents come from India, South India. I'm a first generation Malaysian. To answer the question from the student from UNICEF, I did my own studies from my own background. My parents were settled in a plantation, and I had to find my way up. And I, of course, used up my savings to do my studies in UK many, many years ago. And at that point of a time, I never knew there was any platform where it can support me or sponsor me for my studies. I had to use my EPF, Employment Provident Fund savings. And my children, two of them, when they wanted, especially the man from Canada who mentioned, my daughter, first of all, she wanted to do law and she wanted to go to UK. I never knew there was any platform where I can get support. The government, of course, I cannot blame them. I had to sell my house to send my daughter to study in England. And she finished her studies and she got a job in Paris and she settled down there. And my son, also the same thing, wanted to do his studies. I had no resources and I had to send him to Canada to study. What I'm trying to impress here is, most of them, when I came here, I saw the youth with much enthusiasm, with interest, coming here with a hope. Is there any way that they can find any hope for them to pursue their studies after completing their degree or their college studies for postgraduate programs? So therefore, going back to the student from UNICEL, I was once a lecturer in UNICEL. Yeah. So we need to identify whether GOPIO or any other way that these students can find a way to pursue their studies with some kind of a financial support. That will be the ultimate objective of anyone who is here today. If anybody can answer this, besides GOPIO or any other platform where they can find some resources for their support to further their studies. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, we'll take another question or comment, and we'll come back to an overview from the panel.
Hello, good evening. I'm Rabindra Jain, President of Rotary GOPIO Myanmar, and we are the youngest GOPIO currently. We started just 1.5 years back. I will give you one very simple example how it is benefited. I am basically NRI, so I don't need a OCI card. Our Indian embassy used to give 50 OCI card every year before there were no this GOPIO Myanmar. Now the number has gone up to 250 to 300. We have done the 2 program. So that is one thing how GOPIO make difference. Another thing, GOPIO is an organization which is for diaspora or PIO at world level. Otherwise, we have lot of small organization in every country. Like in Myanmar, we have 4 and 5 Indian association, but they cater the need of only in that particular country. And GOPIO can help you to get the OCI card. We will not going to do your work. You have to do your work, but if you have any problem, then any GOPIO officer can help to get the OCI card. So you can go to study in India, which is very reasonable price. It is like my both son studies in Canada, where I pay $50,000 for per year, but my own son cannot compete with my nephew who studies only in $5,000. So that's the better way to study in India, and then you go for post-graduation in US, UK and other country. Then you will be more competitive while doing the graduation in these developed countries. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, to give some, to shed some light on both questions from our youngsters, I would say that GOPIO has started something which has not been mentioned till now. We have regular Zoom meetings. We have had quite a few, and it's time for you to connect with those Zoom meetings. You can have those links here, and maybe our friend Mr. Hari Krishna from Singapore, he mentioned some time back that they're having it on YouTube. And if it is there, you just have to get the link. And we have quite a few recordings. We have had lots of sessions on AI. We have had on compliance laws. We have had on ease of doing business. So GOPIO is there. He has started something, but maybe you are not aware. Maybe we have not reached out to you. You don't have the link. It has not been well publicized. So we do have things, and things have started. And in the future,
we have regular meetings, and these are monthly meetings. So you will benefit. We get the right professionals. We also have had some guidance about careers to choose, and that's it. You are here. From now on, you connect with GOPIO. You will get those guidance. Talking about technology, that's what we are doing. So we have started things. Thank you.
Let me add, when I first joined GOPIO, I was a youth. Now I'm an old man. I want you guys to understand why you want to. One of those days, the number of students who studied in India, for one reason, because the cost is low. They all went. Today, we can't get our Indian people, Indian boys and girls to go to India. Why? There are a lot of diaspora scholarships that are available, which is given by the Indian government. The effort of, we put in a lot of effort to get this scholarship in Ayush, diaspora scholarship. Even there's special scholarships that also been given, even for health, culture, Bharatanatyam, all these things. The problem is there's no takers. There is a platform. Now, I noticed there's one reason. How Indian are you as a youth? That's my always question. And I don't know how many of you have the faith in the Indian education. To me, I've traveled quite a bit. I think they have the best education system for you. Because in Malaysia, you get 65 percentage. You still get in the university. If you are not 95 or 96, you can't enter a university in India. So that is the level of their education. Now, how many of you are willing to have a challenge to take up this thing? When IIT wanted to form in Malaysia, they wanted to come to Malaysia, IIT. I was questioning the High Commissioner, how many of the Malaysians can qualify for that? So, a lot depends on you. You don't keep on asking what you can do. Now, you tell me what you can do for us. We are now willing to give you the platform. You come and create a platform. You tell us this thing and tell us how to go about it. We will definitely be able to, through our connections. Today, if I get a minister to come for a function from India, yes, there's recognition. We can ask for more. We can do a lot of things. Another thing is, if this is stabilized, we can start talking about even going intra-PIO. You can go and study in Singapore as a PIO. We can come up with formulas. But the problem is, when we do all this, there is no interest, there's no enough support. I can't go and ask for something when, you see, I remember Ayush scholarship and also diaspora scholarship. They were giving 20 for Malaysians, not even one taker, one person. But Chinese 3/4 plus has gone. It's a scholarship which includes your flight. Now, how did we go those? How did we get a scholarship? Today, No India program. Today we have some. That is the initiative of GOPIO. We said India must engage the youth. But number of applications is a lot of things. You need to sacrifice your side and put your effort. I can't give you everything in a silver platter. You put in. Why we are calling this? We have run out of ideas. I want you to understand. We are very academic. We look at things differently. But if you guys can give, hey, this can be done. Get together. Get together. You guys come out. Today, I hope after the youth conference, you form an international youth council. It has to come from me. I don't want to tell you to form. I'm not supposed to say this to you now, actually. I hope it will come out from your own conference. Are you all in that level of thinking and that how you want to move forward? This is what our problem is. You see, when we ask for questions, there's only one or two questions. I didn't see hands coming up. I want us. No such thing. You go to kindergarten, you say, what is C for what? I think all the students put up their hand. What is wrong with the youth? This is something that we want to understand. So, do your thinking, a reflection on yourself. You may not be want to say it now. But tomorrow, the youth conference, why do you think we gave you free today? No delegation fee. Let you stay for 2 days. We want you to come, so we don't want to burden you. Now, you come back, give us back with your ideas, give us your platform. What you want, let's locate. Don't ask what you can contribute, and then we match and see what we all can do together. That should be the way. That's how I came up through GOPIO. a lot of things is that order. So don't just look at the seniors and say, hey, what you can give me. No. You have to have that capacity to also come up with ideas, come up with the methodologies, come up with strategies that you can say, we will definitely use our connections that we have with the governments or any ministers and all that, we can actually put through a lot of things. And we have done quite a bit. Because when OCI card was, PI card was introduced, we just say, if US can give green card, why India does not recognize? You know what was the outcome of it? To get a green card, you go 5 years in the US and then you only get it. But here you don't even have to step your foot in India, but you still can get an OCI card. Where do you think such ideas came? Those ideas came when these people were all youth. 30 years ago, all of them were youth. That's how it came. So now, we are opening it to you to do that. I hope you understand. You come up what you need, because we cannot fit into your thinking now because your dynamics are very different. So the whole objective here is that. I hope I made it clear. If you want to, argue with me on that, I'm prepared. Please, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ravi. You sound like John F. Kennedy now.
No. I just want to say, we never asked what the association can do for us first. Then there wouldn't have been an association. We always asked what we can do for the association. Then certainly the association will do for you. You will definitely benefit out of the association, I can assure you. Show your interest first. It's always reciprocal. No, I mean, simply things don't happen. And you have to. And what we are there to guide you and help you. And surely opportunities will crop up from GOPIO. It's coming. But we are, what the gathering, why inviting us, what Mr. Ravi said, why the gathering? Because we are lacking enough number of youths to carry forward the association. When you are participating, you can use the association yourself to get your benefits out of it. And certainly the way the association is growing and the relationship with across the countries plus with India, which is quickly advancing in education and everything else, you will have opportunities. But if you don't put that effort and you only ask the question, what I can get, I also today can ask, I'm 78 now, I can ask, what can I get now? Probably you can give me a coffin. That's all. I mean, I have no aspirations anymore. But I want to go with the peace of mind that the youth come into the association, which we started off and brought it up to this level and created a global organization. You support, you must come in. We don't see that kind of reaction from the youths. I told you about Malaysian Association of Indian University Graduates. When we were graduates, became graduates and started supporting the association for the benefit of the youths, created computer classes, health camps, visit schools, and then for the first computer classes which are set up also for the youths, benefited from the youth thing. So you also do contribute and think you will get the benefit. There is nothing that drops from the sky. You must make an effort to go forward. So don't take it as something challenging you or contradicting you. You love the association, you come in, the association will deliver for you. With that, thank you.
We are out
One
of
minute.
time. It's already past our time. So
just 1 minute.
Mr. Secretary will have the last word. But just to say that we'll continue these discussions in other sessions. I'm sorry, but I've been warned that I need to stop now.
Okay, can I end with one thing? This is not a club. When you become member club, they'll ask you benefit. They say, I get 50% discount on the beer. That is the benefit you become member. When anyone who comes to GOPIO or even Malaysian Association of University Graduate, they say, hey, why don't you be a member? If they ask me, what can I get? I say, what can you give? I think that should be the philosophy. because we are a social organization and we want to grow. So if you want benefits, then you be a member of a club, which will give you benefits. So ask yourself what you can give. Then we can work together. Thank you.
Yeah, I think, ladies and gentlemen, that it's an interesting way to start our convention. A number of very real questions have come up, and the questions that have come from the youth in particular are questions that legitimately are of concern to you. One little trick that we use often enough is called visioning, where you need to determine what your personal vision is for yourself over the next 5 years and 10 years. Where do you want to see yourself? What are the things you want to achieve in that time period? And write down what your vision is for yourself and your professional vision. And then write down the vision of GOPIO and what your vision is for GOPIO, and how can you align your personal vision with that of the GOPIO professional vision. And the most successful organizations are those in which individuals align their personal visions with the organizational visions, and you'll find that you will meet all your personal objectives. You'll grow, you'll develop, you'll achieve what you want to achieve, and at the same time, you'll grow the organization, make it powerful, and build a platform for future generations as well, as this generation has tried to do. So thank you very much indeed for your contribution to this first session, and I think I'll hand over for closure now. Thank you.
Thank you to all of the panelists for the insightful session. I hope you found the discussion enriching and thought-provoking. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Behari from GOPIO Mauritius to present the token of appreciation to Mr. Guna, the President of GOPIO Malaysia. Thank you, Mr. Behari and Mr. Guna. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Premchand from OSK and GSK to present the token of appreciation to Mr. Ravi. Thank you, Mr. Premchand and Mr. Ravi.
Announcing the arrival of His Excellency Shri Kirti Vardhan Singh, Minister of State of External Affairs, India.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's rise for the national anthem of Malaysia and followed by national anthem of India. Thank you, and please be seated.
His Excellency Shri Kirti Vardhan Singh, Minister of State of External Affairs, India. His Excellency B.N. Reddy, High Commissioner of India to Kuala Lumpur. His Excellency Mr. Vardhan, GOSK, High Commissioner of Mauritius. His Excellency Mr. Sumangala Dias, High Commissioner of Sri Lanka. Ambassador Datuk Bala Chandra Tharma, Deputy Secretary General Minister of Foreign Affairs. Yang Berhormat Tuan Papa Naidu, State Minister Selangor Adun Kota Kemuning. Mr. Shanmugam Mukan, Special Officer to the Prime Minister of Malaysia.
Dr. Ponnasamy Muthaiah, President of GOPIO International. Mr. Chundra Prakash Vinay Dusoye, Deputy President of GOPIO International and President of GOPIO Mauritius. Dr. Muhammad Maliki bin Muhammad Rapi, Director International of Youth Center IYC. Mr. Gunasegaran Sri Rangan, President of GOPIO Malaysia. Mr. Prabhakaran Ganapati, Director General of Mitra. Mr. Shashidharan, Secretary General of GOPIO. Founder members of GOPIO, Presidents of GOPIO chapters, NGO leaders and business chamber leaders. Professor Ajay Kumar Dubey, Advisor of GOPIO International, Professor Rajendran, Professor Dr. Ravichandran Dakshinamurthy, media partners, ladies and gentlemen.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 15th GOPIO International Convention Inauguration Ceremony and Gala Dinner. My name is Nageshwari.
And my name is Darshana. We are honored to be your host for this special occasion tonight. The global organization People of Indian Origin, GOPIO Malaysia, is proud to present the 15th GOPIO International Convention 2024 in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. With the overarching theme of unity in diversity, underscores the significance of transcending geographical boundaries and fostering collaboration among PIO communities worldwide. As the world becomes increasingly interconnected, it is imperative for PIOs to come together, share resources, and work towards common goals for the betterment of the communities and the world at large. Through this theme, we seek to emphasize the importance of unity, collaboration, and collective growth among PIOs across borders.
Delegates, we will have the opportunity to attend various parallel conferences such as Youth Conference, Social, Cultural Conferences, Academic Conference, and PIO CEO Conference. These conferences will provide a forum for discussion, networking, and exchange of ideas among academics, research, professionals, community leaders, and industry representatives.
To commence this auspicious occasion tonight, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we are delighted to present a vibrant cultural performance that reflects the diversity and richness of our global community. Please join us in welcoming Jeevandas Tirthali group from Rajasthan as they grace the stage with their mesmerizing Bawai dance performance.
साजन आया है सखी और कहीं करो मनवार थाल भरूं गज मोती रे मैं ऊपर नैन धरूं तो सोनेरी धरती जटे पिया चांदी रो आसमान रंग रंगीलो रस भरियो ओ मारो प्यारो राजस्थान ओ पधारो निमारे देश थे आवो निमारे देश सरिया बाला आवो
What a fantastic performance. Thank you for that wonderful performance. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please join us in welcoming Mr. A. Ravindran Arjunan, the Secretary General of GOPIO International and the Organizing Chairman of 15th GOPIO International Convention Kuala Lumpur for the opening remarks. Please give a warm welcome to Mr. Ravindran to the stage.
I'm still. Well, I'm still stunned with the performance. I think we should give them another big hand. I don't know how many of you know, they just arrived from India this morning and they are prepared for this. His Excellency, Shri Kirti Vardhan Singh, Minister of State for External Affairs, India. His Excellency, Mr. B.N. Reddy, High Commissioner of India, Kuala Lumpur. His Excellency, Mr. J. Gobardhan, the ex-High Commissioner of Mauritius. Dr. Ponnusamy, President of GOPIO International. Dr. Subramaniam, President of the Malaysian Association of Indian University Graduates, the association that gave birth to GOPIO. Mr. Chandra Prakash Vinay, all the way from Mauritius, the Deputy President of GOPIO International and President of GOPIO Mauritius. Mr. Gunasekharan, President of GOPIO Malaysia. Mr. Sashidharan, Secretary General of GOPIO Malaysia, and also the Chairman of the PIO Fest that you guys going to handle seat from tomorrow. Special day today. After so many years, we have brought this convention here, and I want to address the founder members of GOPIO who are here. Give them a big hand, please. Presidents of GOPIO chapters who are here. We have about 11 countries here. I'll never forget the Professor Ajay Kumar, the advisor of GOPIO International, also the diaspora specialist, is also the academic coordinator of GOPIO International. Professor Rajendran, our very own Malaysian professor. Professor Ravichandran Dakshinamurthy, who is in charge of the academic conference, academic study of Malaysian PIOs, media partners, ladies and gentlemen. It's indeed a very great pleasure to be standing here, because I always believe the forefathers of us who came as indentured laborers to this country, they have set the platform well, their sacrifices they have done. That is why we all are seated in this beautiful setting. I think the sacrifice they have done that is the fundamentals of GOPIO. We need to unite PIOs throughout the world. This was the initial thing that the international founders of GOPIO thought. I want to just share that the amount of work that was done at that time, although I was still young, I want to share here with you all the sacrifices that have been done by, in Malaysia, especially Mr. Selvaraju Sundram, who has passed away. Please remember him. It is his vision, it was his idea, is this what he has taught us. I practically grew up with him since my university days. This is what he has nurtured, and I'm very happy to be here with GOPIO Malaysia to actually continue the legacy and the thing that he has set for all of us. Friends, GOPIO has come from 1989. This year, we have willfully said we're going to go a lot of emphasis on the youth. That is why we gave the youth 2 days accommodation and no delegation fee. Because GOPIO family are already in their 60s and 70s. And we have a responsibility like how our forefathers have done. They have set the platform for us to be where we are now. I think with the current way things are going on, internet things and all those things, we all have a responsibility to set the platform so the next generation can take off from. This is not a request. I think this is our responsibility. That is why GOPIO now is putting a lot of emphasis that we must bring in the new generation and understand the thinking so that the legacy of GOPIO can go ahead. We had a meeting with the chapter presidents this morning. Everybody was talking, everybody knows about GOPIO very well because they were there from day one. So our tone of speaking was beautiful. We shared a lot of things which is very common. But I don't know, down the road in 10 years' time, will the group of leaders of GOPIO, will they be sharing the same thing? Unless and otherwise, we let them know this is what the forefathers have done. With that, I want to take this another opportunity to mention here. Special thanks to the High Commission of India and also the High Commission of India. The amount of support that they've given, unwavering, they're always there for GOPIO. And I must say, friends, a lot of things will not happen if we do not have the goods. Not only the High Commissioner himself, the entire team. We work a lot, we do things together, those just for the PIO's benefit. And I want to take this opportunity to thank the High Commissioner and the entire team what they have done. Friends, if it is not for the hard work and the relationship and the trust that we have built, this is the second time a minister from India is attending our PIO festival, and after many years, we have a minister who is attending the 15th GOPIO International Convention. In fact, to date, I would say 3 of them have come, including Shri, our minister here today. This is a showcase of how we are built. Today, GOPIO has emerged as a virtual community, a successful community. We are growing, and all this is because of the engagements that we had. Now, with the growth that India is going, it's important that we engage India more strategically now. So, the next 2 days, this will be the discussions that we'll be having on the social culture. The youth will be motivated in terms of innovation, and of course, we have brought in about 8 professors from JNU and professors from Sri Lanka and also from Australia to actually deliberate. We need. GOPIO from the day one, from the inception days, we always had that importance to academic thinking is very important because they can set the direction. Excellency, sir, there are a lot of things we have done with GOPIO. I want you to understand that today, if every one of you are enjoying OCI card, it is because the fight, the challenges that we did with His Excellency. Because I remember, just to share, afterwards you see his picture, Mr. Dande Bahadur, who was along with Selvaraju, he asked Vajpayee sir, you treating your NRIs as son and the PIOs are stepsons. He questioned him, how can you not giving us the same status of the NRIs? And that's when gave birth to the PIO card. And I tell you, I'm very proud to say, that's the only country that's given you a card, almost a citizenship, without you don't have to step into India for the card. That's a great thing that has happened. And there's many things. Today, if you talk about No India program, there's a lot of things that's happening is because of the effort of GOPIO. The Indian Culture Center, I remember the first Indian Culture Center in Malaysia was in the High Commission itself, because that was the importance. A lot of things, diaspora scholarships, we want to move on. In fact, at one time, they even established a ministry of Overseas Indians Affairs, a senior ministry led by Vaila Ravi at the time. A lot of things materialized. So these things has been built up, and now we have to move on, and we must prepare the next generation. Excellency, I just want to say there are a lot of more things to be done. I like to put it up here. I hope. So we need a diaspora studies. second level, the first one was Singh report. That gave a lot of input to India, because when they started understanding the PIO all over the world, they all came. People like Dr. Punnu and those, Mr. Silva, Dr. Waiti, all these people were there when they met this. They did a first level study. Now we always have asked, there's a need to do another diaspora studies second level, because the youth are different. You have to understand. Even I have not understood my children themselves. They think very differently. So the Pravasi Bharati Divas was an initiation, was actually created by GOPIO. We told the Indian government it's important that they engage the PIOs. Of course, the first engagement was more with we organizing it with India, eventually developed into Pravasi Bharati Divas. And we, in the first 2 years, we were actually involved in the session. Excellency, we need at least one session in the PBD for GOPIO International. I hope this can be taken up. Yes, we have set up the culture center. We have culture center in many countries. I've been to Mauritius, MGI, and all those things. We have a very, very active culture center. Practically, every week there's something going on, Excellency, and that's one culture center that is doing a lot of work. And our request, we may need a diaspora chair in this culture center. I know there's in Mauritius. This is some request that we want to make. And so as I mentioned to you, this convention is a consolidation convention. We are going to do a lot of thinking, a lot of resolution, a lot of discussion will be done. Once the resolutions are done, sir, I was requested, I would like to meet our team, the GOPIO International team would like to meet you in Delhi, and we want to further our discussion with you. So the other one is a lot of emphasis on youth. I know even in India, the youth has been given a lot of youth. We need to extend it to the PIOs. This afternoon, we had the session with the youth here, telling them, ask us questions, question us, you have to understand. And we had quite good response from them. So we are ready on it, and we want to move on it. With all this, I want to once again thank you, sir, for being here with us. It is actually a very great moment for all. It's historical, I would say. And with that, I would like to call upon all of you to really give His Excellency a big hand, because despite. Thank you, friends. Let's enjoy the day. And I also want to take this opportunity to thank the Rajasthan troop that arrived this morning. And I tell you, I can see everyone is practically shaking their legs and all that. That's a beautiful dance. Okay. And I want to thank the High Commission for that, because all we said, we want a troop from somewhere, and they say, it's done. And they were here right on time. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I once again thank you very much. Let's have a good deliberation tomorrow, and we will move on from here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Ravindran, for the opening remarks.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please join us in welcoming Dr. Ponusami Muthaiya, the President of GOPIO International, for the welcoming address. Please give a warm welcome to Dr. Ponusami Muthaiya to the stage.
Good evening and a warm welcome to His Excellency Sri Kirti Vardhan Singh, the State Minister for External Affairs India, His Excellency B.N. Reddy, our dear High Commissioner from India, His Excellency the High Commissioner of Mauritius, His Excellency the High Commissioner of Sri Lanka, for the GOPIO, for coming to the GOPIO International 15th Biannual Convention inaugural dinner. Also, my warmest welcome to the GOPIO country chapter chairmen, committee members, delegates, and youths. On this occasion, we are also recognizing the GOPIO founding members of Malaysia for their tireless contribution in the establishing days and continued support even now. I hope it will be a memorable occasion to be remembered, and let's have a wonderful night. There is nothing more to say, which has almost done by Mr. Ravi, and there is nothing more to add, nothing more, no more demands to make. So I hope we all have a very good dinner and a pleasant evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ponusami Mutaya, for the opening remarks.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please join us in welcoming Mr. Chundra Prakash Vinay Dusoye, the Deputy President of GOPIO International and President of GOPIO Mauritius, for the special remarks. Please give a warm welcome to Mr. Chundra Prakash to the stage.
His Excellency Shri Kirti Vardhan Singh Ji, Minister of State of External Affairs, Government of India. His Excellency the High Commissioner of India in Kuala Lumpur. His Excellency the High Commissioner of Mauritius in Kuala Lumpur. His Excellency the High Commissioner of Sri Lanka in Kuala Lumpur. And His Excellency the General Consul of Sri Lanka in Mauritius, Mr. Dhaniji is here. The President of GOPIO International, Dr. Punu Swami. The Secretary of GOPIO International, Raviji. The President of GOPIO Malaysia, Gunaji. Our advisor, GOPIO advisor, Professor Dubeji. All President of GOPIO chapters, all our youth delegates, brothers and sisters, all protocol observed. It gives me a great pleasure and honor to be among you today on the auspicious occasion of the 15th GOPIO International Convention 2024 at Kuala Lumpur. First, let me thank the President and Secretary of GOPIO International and President of GOPIO Malaysia for having kindly accepted to organize the 15th GOPIO International Convention in Malaysia. I also thank all members and organizing team of the convention. I would request all of you to give them a huge round of applause, please. Ladies and gentlemen, today I speak to you from this platform. My heart is filled with emotion as I remember the late Baleswara Agrawal ji, Sri Dhandev Bahadur ji, and Sri Selvaraju Sundaram ji. They are the pioneers who founded GOPIO and gave a new direction to the Indian diaspora. Organizing the 15th GOPIO International Convention is a tribute to them and a significant step towards continuing their legacy. GOPIO's 35 years journey has seen many ups and downs, but the movement has never wavered from its goals. As they say, hard work bears sweet fruit. And ladies and gentlemen, GOPIO is a living example of that. Today, We pay a special tribute to the former Prime Minister of India, late Sri Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji. We must never forget that it was his vision that earned us the respect and recognition we sought from India. He opened the door of India for us and guided the global Indian diaspora. If he had not supported GOPIO, we might still be searching for our path. GOPIO will always be grateful to Sri Atal Bihari Vajpayee and his government. We would also like to thank the present Prime Minister of India, Sri Narendra Modi ji, for his unconditional support and blessings. Brothers and sisters, GOPIO International has a greater responsibility on its shoulders now. We face many challenges, but this convention will give us the courage and way to tackle new challenges, and we are confident of that. Before concluding, let me thank the Government of India and Government of Malaysia for their support and guidance. My special thanks to Sri Kirti Vardhan Singh ji, Minister of State for External Affairs, Government of India. Sir, मॉरिशस की ओर से, मलेशिया गोपियों की ओर से और जितने भी देश के गोपियों के लोग आए हैं, आपके हम विशेष आभारी हैं कि आपने अपना समय दिया और आपके मार्गदर्शन से हम समझते हैं कि गोपियों और छलांग आगे बढ़ाएगा और आगे बढ़ेगा। इसके लिए हम आपके आभारी हैं। We thank you all for your valuable presence and support. Distinguished guests, GOPIO has a long way to go. Let us unite to achieve our GOPIO mission. I wish you all a fruitful participation in the convention. I thank you for your attention. Nandri, Dhanyavad.
Thank you, Mr. Chundra Prakash, for the special remarks. Now it's time for some entertainment. Please welcome Ms. Poovanjali Ramash with the Vardhan performance, and followed by a Bollywood dance by Ms. Revati Deepak and Ms. Duyuti Deepak.
मां झुक मां जगमग थाय रे आव्या रे मां मोती बेराणा चौक मां आव्या रे मां झुक मां जगमग थाय रे आव्या रे मां घोड़ा लाल गुलाल के आव्या रे मां झुक मां जगमग थाय रे आव्या रे मां झुक मां जगमग थाय रे आव्या रे मां अबे चुंदड़ी लाल लाल रे आव्या रे मां झुक मां जगमग थाय रे आव्या रे मां हे मारी अम्बे मां हे मारी अम्बे मां हे मारी अम्बे
Thank you once again to Ms. Puvanai Ramesh, Ms. Revati and Ms. Duyuti for the wonderful performance.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please join us in welcoming His Excellency B.N. Reddy, the High Commissioner of India to Malaysia, to deliver his speech. Please give a warm welcome to His Excellency B.N. Reddy to the stage.
Thank you, Madam Nageshwari and Darshana. Honorable Minister of State for External Affairs, Environment, Forests and Climate Change, His Excellency Shri Kirti Vardhan Singh Ji, His Excellency Mr. Jagdishwar Govardhan, my good friend, High Commissioner of Mauritius, Dr. Ponnuswamy, President of GOPIO International, Dr. Subramaniam, President of Mayuk, Mr. Chandra Prakash Vinay Dusoi, Deputy President of GOPIO International and President GOPIO Mauritius, Mr. Ravindran, the Secretary General of GOPIO International Malaysia, Mr. Mohammad Maliki, Director International Youth Center, IYC, Mr. Guna, President of GOPIO Malaysia, founder members of GOPIO, presidents of GOPIO chapters from various countries, Joint Secretary Diaspora Engagement, Mr. Ankan Banerjee, my Deputy High Commissioner Subhashini Narayanan, Councillor Amrita Das, ladies and gentlemen, Namaskar and a very good evening to all of you. At the outset, I'd like to commend GOPIO International Malaysia for taking the lead in hosting the 15th GOPIO International Convention in Malaysia, which I understand is attended by almost 11 chapters of GOPIO from various countries. Indeed, the theme this year that you've chosen, which is of unity in diversity, is quite apt because you are highlighting the vibrant spirit of the Indian diaspora globally. We are truly honored to have the presence of His Excellency Shri Kirti Vardhan Singh Ji, Honorable Minister of State for External Affairs, amidst us this evening. Sir, your presence today at GOPIO International Convention reiterates our government's commitment to remain connected, not just with events held in India under the Pravasi Bharatiya Divas, but more so by the events which are organized by the VIO communities overseas. Friends, let me take a little bilateral turn here because this is a very important day for India-Malaysia relations. As you all recollect, that Honorable Prime Minister of Malaysia, His Excellency YAB Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim, visited India last month, at which there was a decision taken between the Honorable Prime Minister of India, His Excellency Shri Narendra Modi ji, and the Prime Minister of Malaysia to elevate the relationship to a comprehensive strategic partnership. In this context, several decisions were taken, and we are very happy that His Excellency Shri Kirti Singh ji's visit today is the first ministerial visit from India after the visit of Prime Minister of Malaysia to India. So this is significant in that direction. And earlier today, Honorable Minister was inaugurating two very important dimensions which are indeed, not just for Malaysia, perhaps they'll have a global importance and connotation in the weeks and months to come. One is the signing of a memorandum of agreement between the ICCR, which is the Indian Council for Cultural Relations, and University Malaya, which is the oldest university, as you know, in Malaysia, for establishing the first ever Thiruvalluvar Chair of Indian Studies in Malaysia. And this was followed by inauguration or the operationalization of Ayurveda Chair at University of Tunku Abdul Rahman, or UTAR, in Malaysia. And I can only assure you that there are several more events that are planned during the months and weeks and months to come, which will symbolize that particular relationship, but some of which have not, as I said earlier, not just the bilateral context, but that have a little more than bilateral context. Friends, in this context, allow me to also appreciate the collaborative effort of GOPIO International Malaysia and GOPIO Malaysia, along with several PIO communities in Malaysia, in organizing this very important international convention of GOPIO in Kuala Lumpur. And tomorrow you'll also see the second PIO Day of Malaysia celebrations, which will be again inaugurated by Honorable Minister of State. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, GOPIO International, spearheaded by several of the leaders in the past, one whom I cannot but mention this evening is late Mr. Selvaraju Sundaram, who happened to be my good old friend for almost 12 years. I fondly remember the stellar contributions of late Selvaraju, who was a visionary par excellence. Late Mr. Selvaraju's selfless service to the GOPIO movement will be cherished, I am sure, forever. He was also the pivotal force who propelled the revamping of the Malaysian Union of Indian Universities Graduates, which is the MAYUG, which is based and which is now currently headed by Mr. Subramaniam. GOPIO International and GOPIO Malaysia have been engaging with the High Commission of India to organize many activities and also to mobilize the members for the Pravasi Bharatiya Divas conventions held in India every 2 years now. I'm also happy to mention here that GOPIO International has also been organizing dialogue with India sessions during the PBD summits from the year 2005 onwards, involving the representatives of various GOPIO chapters from different parts of the world. It is here, I'm happy that today we have the Honorable Minister of State who has heard your demand, and I'm sure there will be some solution to this particular challenge that you have mentioned. We look forward to the activities, which are in fact an array of activities which are planned over the next 3 days of the convention. As you can see, that we have a large number of panels which have been put out there looking at not only academic sessions, but also several other dealing with the youth conference. Apart from doing I think the first ever PIO CEO forum is also being organized. I think this is very important. Well, with these words, I wish the very best for GOPIO International and GOPIO Malaysia in all your future endeavors. And the High Commission of India is here together with Government of India, to support your activities to the best of our abilities. Thank you.
Thank you, His Excellency B.N. Reddy, for the wonderful speech.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, today marks a significant moment as we come together to celebrate the 15th GOPIO International Convention inauguration ceremony and gala dinner. It is our great privilege and honor to invite our guest of honor, His Excellency Shri Vardhan Singh, for the inaugural speech.
नमस्कार जी, कैसे हैं आप लोग? ठीक हैं? खुश हैं? मज़े में हैं? I'm very happy to be here amongst you all. Shri Y.B. Tuan Paparaidu, State Minister Selangor, Mr. Y.B. Prabhakaran, Member of Parliament, the distinguished High Commissioners and diplomatic representatives from PI countries who are present here, Dr. Ponnuswamy Muthu, President of GOPIO International, Mr. S. Gunasekaran, President and GOPIO Malaysia, Presidents of GOPIO chapters and representatives from various countries, Shri B.N. Reddy, High Commissioner of India to Malaysia, the Joint Secretary, Diaspora Engagement, Mr. Ankan Banerjee, ladies and gentlemen, again, sabko namaskar. If I say that I'm truly delighted to have the opportunity to visit this beautiful country, I think it would be a gross understatement. This is my first visit to your country, and it's been a very interesting meetings throughout the day. I just have one regret that I will not be spending much time here, but I've requested the High Commissioner that next time you invite me, please let me have some more time with this wonderful country, the wonderful people, and the truly impressive Indian community that live here. And before I forget, I would like to congratulate the members of the dance performances, truly impressive dance performances that we have all witnessed today. Since my arrival in Malaysia, I have keenly observed the remarkable imprints of Indian culture on Malaysia's cuisine, language, and the way of life. Your contributions have been instrumental in enriching the country's multicultural, multiracial, and multi-ethnic fabric. And this is perhaps most appropriately documented in the fact that Malaysia has been unanimously chosen as the headquarters of GOPIO International. And I congratulate GOPIO International for the effort they have put in the PIO community, not only in Malaysia, but all across the globe. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a distinct honor for me to join you today at the inauguration of the 15th GOPIO International Convention. I extend my heartfelt greetings and the goodwill of our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, and the Government of India to all GOPIO International chapters, representing the vibrant Indian diaspora across the globe on this very important occasion. It is also a moment to recognize and laud the pioneering efforts of the founding members of the GOPIO International, whose tireless efforts have enabled and to spearhead the GOPIO movement globally for over the last 3 decades. Ladies and gentlemen, our guiding principle as Indians have always been our ancient mantra of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. And you know, it means that the world is one family, and GOPIO International best manifests this mantra rooted in our land of Bharat. During the recently concluded India's presidency of G20 summit in New Delhi, India championed the cause of one earth, one family, and one future. And I again applaud GOPIO International for its tireless efforts in disseminating this global message far and wide. I would also like to make a special mention of GOPIO International's significant contribution to the Pravasi Bharat Divas celebrations, which are held biennially in India. The Dialogue with India sessions organized during these summits and involving representatives from GOPIO chapters and senior officials from the Government of India have provided an invaluable edifice for discussing issues that concern the PIO community and for finding meaningful solutions. We also look forward to hosting the next edition of the Pravasi Bharati Divas in January 2025 and to invite GOPIO International and all its affiliated chapters to contribute to its success. And I hope to see the GOPIO members and our Pravasi Bharatis there in large numbers to make it a grand success than ever before. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow I look forward to inaugurating the second PIO Day of Malaysia, the Aprawasi Divas, which is again being organized by GOPIO Malaysia in collaboration with our High Commission and several community and cultural organizations of Malaysia. And as we gather here to celebrate our shared heritage and the remarkable achievements of the Indian community in Malaysia, I would like to applaud your accomplishments on behalf of the Government of India. Malaysia, as the second largest country after Mauritius to host the Aprawasi Bharati celebrations, holds a special place in the heart of every Indian. During the visit of our Prime Minister of Malaysia, His Excellency Mr. Anwar Ibrahim to India last month, Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji mentioned the celebrations of the PIO Day in Malaysia last year. Your efforts to organize an inclusive GOPIO International Festival that encompasses the culture, the academics, traditional Indian medicine, and film collaboration are highly commendable, sir. As we all know, India is undergoing a remarkable transformation, and with a commitment to reform, perform, and transform, we are now one of the fastest growing major economies in the world today, and with the ambition to become a developed nation of Viksit Bharat by 2047. Today, India boasts the world's third largest ecosystem, driven by the initiatives like Startup India, Digital India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, and Make in India. Innovation and youth are propelling our great country towards an extraordinary growth story. In this context, I am pleased to learn that GOPIO International is holding a PIO CEO forum as part of this convention, and I believe this is the first time such a convention, such a forum is being held in a convention, and congratulations for this far-thinking effort and initiative from the side of the GOPIO. I encourage you all to tap into the vibrant, entrepreneurial and startup ecosystem in India and explore the immense economic opportunities that are on offer in our country. I also look forward to the vibrant PIO community in Malaysia to act as ambassadors and propagate our guiding philosophy of empathy, of goodwill, of friendship, and inclusive development for all amongst the communities in their resident countries. We urge you and the communities that you live in to participate in the journey of New India with your innovative ideas, skills, and resources. Ladies and gentlemen, to conclude, I wish to reiterate my best wishes to GOPIO International for the successful hosting of this convention in such an enormous scale, and I'm confident that this giant stride will further strengthen the bonds between the PIO communities and their deep-rooted ties with India. Again, I wish to make another understatement when I say that your achievements make us proud. And we look forward to continuing a close engagement with you in the future. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Again, it's been an honor to be amongst you. It's been a pleasure to meet you. And it's been a real thrill to watch the dances that have been performed, especially the dancers from Rajasthan. I'm sure many of you would be seeing such a performance for the first time. And I'm sure it'll add to the sense of pride and happiness that you feel in our culture, in being Indian, and in the Indian culture and way of life. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for the organizer again for this honor and this time and your valuable time that you've given to us. Thank you and namaskar.
His Excellency, please remain on the stage for our next event. His Excellency, please remain on the stage for our next event. Thank you, His Excellency, for that enlightening speech. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, yoga is more than just a physical practice. It is a holistic approach to achieving balance and harmony in both mind and body. Rooted in ancient traditions, yoga has transcended time and geography, offering a path to wellness and inner peace. Recognizing the profound impact yoga can have, GOPIO embarked on a mission to introduce this transformative practice to Tamil schools across Malaysia. This year, with the invaluable support of the Headmasters Council of Malaysia, yoga instructors, and various state representatives, we reached out to 200 Tamil schools to celebrate International Yoga Day. This milestone would not have been possible without the unwavering dedication and guidance of the following esteemed leaders. Once again, we kindly request His Excellency Sri Kirti Vardhan Singh, accompanied with His Excellency B.N. Reddy, Dr. Ponnusamy, Mr. Chundra Prakash, Mr. Gunasegaran, and Mr. Ravindran to the stage to honor these people. Mr. S.S. Pandian, President of Tamil School Headmasters Association, Malaysia.
Mr. Kartigesu Periyasamy, President of the Kedah State Headmasters Association. Mr. Subarao Appalasamy, Secretary of Kedah State Headmasters Association.
Mr. Selvakumaran Muniandi, Penang State Headmasters Association.
Dr. Rajendran.
Ms. Santa Mani, yoga instructor.
Dr. Amarjit Kaur Jaswant Singh.
Mr. Shine K. Haridas,
Miss Yuvinamalar Hare Krishnan,
Mr. Arumugam Balakrishnan,
Miss Sarada S. Arumugam, we would like to take a moment to express our gratitude to the partners who have made this event possible. Their support has invaluable in bringing our vision to life. We would like to invite Mr. Padmasilan, the Deputy Director of International Youth Center.
Thank you, dignitaries, for the presentation. You may kindly proceed to your seats.
We would like to invite everyone to join us for the gala dinner tonight. We will enjoy a wonderful meal, great company, and the opportunity to celebrate our shared vision and accomplishments. While you enjoy your meal, it's time for some entertainment to entertain you. Please welcome Datta Kuru Natalaya Academy to the stage for a special performance called Varmam.
Varnam on Tamil, a 24-minute piece depicting the greatness of the Tamil language interspersed with pure dance and poetry. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy your meals and the performances we have arranged this evening.
இளமை குன்றா தமிழ் அன்னையே இளமை குன்றா தமிழ் அன்னையே இளமை குன்றா தமிழ் அன்னையே
தடங்கு தக்க திக்கு தடங்கு தக்க திக்கு தடங்கு தக்க திக்கு takata ditta takundari kita jum ditta tikundari kita jum ta kukundari kita tadhingena ta ditta takundari kita jum ditta tikundari kita jum ta kukundari kita tadhingena ta ditta takundari kita jum ditta tikundari kita jum ta kukundari kita tadhingena ta ditta takundari kita jum ditta tikundari kita jum ta kukundari kita tadhingena ta ditta tatari jum ta ditta tatana jum tatei tajunu tadimi ditta tatari jum ta ditta tatana jum tatei tajunu tadimi ta ditta tatari jum ta ditta tatana jum tatei tajunu tadimi ditta tatari jum ta ditta tatana jum tatei tajunu tadimi ta tarita tarita nanata tanata chunata chunata dhimita dhimita taritam taritam tanatam tanatam tachunutam tachunutam dhimitam dhimitam taritam tanatam tajunutam dhimitam tarita tanata junata dhimita taditta taritam ditta taritam takaritam tajum tanam tadakatikatum tajum tanam takadiku tadikatum tajum tanam ditta kadiku tadhingena tam
தேந்தமிழ் வாண்டமிழ் சித்தாந்தமாகும் தமிழ் தீந்தமிழ் மொழிகளின் சிகரத்தில் ஏறிடும் சீரான தொன்மை தமிழ் பைந்தமிழ் உயர்தமிழ் பாடல் சொல்லும் தமிழ் பழமைக்கும் பழமை தமிழ் சந்தமே பொங்கிடும் தண்டமிழ் வண்டமிழ் சரித்திரமாகும் தமிழ்
தீங்கிண்ணத்தும் தா தீங்கிண்ணத்தும் தா தீங்கிண்ணத்தும் த தித்தா தகதித்தா கிடுதித்தா தரித ஜம் ஜம் த ஜம் 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 ததா தீங்கிண்ணத்தும் தா தீங்கிண்ணத்தும் தா தீங்கிண்ணத்தும் த தித்தா தகதித்தா கிடுதித்தா தரித ஜம் ஜம் த ஜம் 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 ததா தீங்கிண்ணத்தும் தா தீங்கிண்ணத்தும் தா தீங்கிண்ணத்தும் தா
உன்னை வாடினே வளமை கண்டு பெருமிதம் உன்னை வாடினே வளமை கண்டு பெருமிதம் உன்னை வாடினே வளமை கண்டு பெருமிதம் jam takata jam kirtata jam da takita dikita tomita namita dim takita tata jam takata jam kirtata jam da takita dikita tomita namita tum takita tata jam takata jam kirtata jam da takita dikita tomita namita nam takita tata jam takata jam kirtata jam da takita dikita tomita namita tari takata jam tari takata jam takata nam tari takata jam takata nam takata rum da ringinna tum da ringinna tum da ringinna tum da tattari takata jam tattari takata jam takata nam tattari takata jam takata nam takata rum da ringinna tum da ringinna tum da ringinna tum da tattari tattari tajam tattari tattari tajam tattanna tajam tattari tattari tajam tattanna tajam tajunnu tajam tadingidu 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 ta எளிமை மிகுந்த தாய்மொழியே எண்ணரும் இலக்கணம் உரைத்திட எளிமை மிகுந்த தாய்மொழியே எண்ணரும் இலக்கணம் உரைத்திட எளிமை மிகுந்த தாய்மொழியே பெருமை
நாடகமாயின்றும் இளமை குன்றா தமிழ் அன்னையே. இந்தையும் தாயும் ஏந்தி பொழிந்த பைந்தமிழ் இனிமை பாரினில் பரவ. இந்தையும் தாயும் ஏந்தி பொழிந்த பைந்தமிழ் இனிமை பாரினில் பரவ. தமிழ் நீதி திருக்குறளினிலே சிந்தும் கலையழகு சிலப்பதிகாரமுடன் கம்பனவன் காவியமாம் ராமனவன் கதைகளையும் அகநானூரும் புறநானூரும் பகமே உருவும் அருந்தேவாரம் திருவாசகம் தொல்காப்பியம் சந்தமே பொங்கிடும் சிந்தை தங்கிடும் வீரமும் மொழி திறம் மேலோங்கிடும். இந்தையும் தாயும் ஏந்தி பொழிந்த பைந்தமிழ் இனிமை பாரினில் பரவ. இந்தையும் தாயும் ஏந்தி பொழிந்த பைந்தமிழ் இனிமை பாரினில் பரவ. தமிழ் நீதி திருக்குறளினிலே சிந்தும் கலையழகு சிலப்பதிகாரமுடன் கம்பனவன் காவியமாம் ராமனவன் கதைகளையும் ககநானூரும் புறநானூரும் பகமே உருவும் அருந்தேவாரம் திருவாசகம் தொல்காப்பியம் சந்தமே பொங்கிடும் சிந்தை தங்கிடும் வீரமும் மொழி திறம் மேலோங்கிடும் இளமை குன்றா தமிழன்னையே. இயலிசை நாடகமாயின்றும் இளமை குன்றா தமிழ் அன்னையே. இயலிசை நாடகமாயின்றும் இளமை குன்றா தமிழ் அன்னையே. அமுதமழையே அழகு மிகும் மன்னையே.
தஜ்ஜம் தகதரிதா தகஜம் தகதரிதை தஜ்ஜம் தகதரி தகஜம் தகதரி ததிங்கிணது தக ததிங்கிணது தகதிகு ததிங்கிணது தஜ்ஜம் தகதரிதா தகஜம் தகதரிதை தஜ்ஜம் தகதரி தகஜம் தகதரி ததிங்கிணது தக ததிங்கிணது தகதிகு ததிங்கிணது தஜ்ஜம் தகதரிதா தகஜம் தகதரிதை தஜ்ஜம் தகதரி தகஜம் தகதரி ததிங்கிணது தக ததிங்கிணது தகதிகு ததிங்கிணது
அமுதமழையே அழகு மிகும் மன்னையே செம்மொழியாயம்மையாளும். அமுதமழையே அழகு மிகும் மன்னையே செம்மொழியாயம்மையாளும். அமுதமழையே அழகு மிகும் மன்னையே ஔவை சொன்னதெல்லாம் அறிந்திட செய்த அறம் செய்ய விரும்பு என ஔவை சொன்னதெல்லாம் அறிந்திட செய்த அமுதமழையே அழகமிகும் மன்னையே செம்மொழியாயம் மயாழும் அமுதமழையே அழகமிகும் மன்னையே செம்மொழியாயம் மயாழும் கரித மகபமத பத நிரணி தரிணி தனி தரி தரிக தீதமாகரி தனி தபாத நிரித நிதபமகரி கரித மமமகரி தரிக அமுதமழையே அழகமிகும் மன்னையே செம்மொழியாயம் மயாழும் அமுதமழையே அழகமிகும் மன்னையே செம்மொழியாயம் மயாழும் குழலும் யாழும் இனிமை குழந்தை மழலை இனிமை குழைய பழமும் இனிமை நிழல் கொழுமை தரும் செங்கழலிசை கொஞ்சிடும் தெள்ளியழகரம் பழகிட குழலும் யாழும் இனிமை குழந்தை மழலை இனிமை குழைய பழமும் இனிமை நிழல் கொழுமை தரும் செங்கழலிசை கொஞ்சிடும் தெள்ளியழகரம் பழகிட அமுதமழையே அழகமிகும் மன்னையே செம்மொழியாயம் மயாழும் அமுதமழையே அழகமிகும் மன்னையே செம்மொழியாயம் மயாழும் சாரி நிரிதனிய சமிதபமதானி தனிரி நிதனித மகரிதா பரநிதபமகரி சரிதாரி மகரி பரமபரமணி சரிகமகரி தனிதனி தனிகா சரி நிதனி பரமதபமகா கமகபமதபனி தபமதிகா நிதனி சரிக பமகரிகா நிதனிகா கமபமதபமகா மபரமகனி சரிகா மகரிகா நிதனி தனிகரி சரி நிதபமகமபரமமா பமகரி கமபரமபரணி தனி தனிர அமுதமழையே அழகமிகும் மன்னையே செம்மொழியாயம் மயாழும் அமுதமழையே அழகமிகும் மன்னையே செம்மொழியாயம் மயாழும் அமுதமழையே அழகுமிகும் மூவேந்தர்கள் போற்றிய மொழி பாவேந்தர் கவியாற்றிய மொழி நாவார் திசை வாழ்த்தும் மொழி மாறா மாண்பு மிகுந்த மொழி உண்மை உண்மை உண்மையெல்லாம் எளிமை வளமை புலமையுடன் இயன்மை வியன்மை தன்மை மிக பெருமை இல்லா பெருமை மிகும் பொருஞ்சே முல்லை மருதம் பாலை நெய்தல் என்றே நிலங்கள் வகுத்து காலத்தால் எங்கும் மறக்க இயலா கண்ணி தன்மை கொண்ட காவியமென ஞானம் எங்கிலும் வழங்கியே வாழ்த்திடும் மூவேந்தர்கள் போற்றிய மொழி பாவேந்தர் கவியாற்றிய மொழி நாவார் திசை வாழ்த்தும் மொழி மாறா மாண்பு மிகுந்த மொழி உண்மை உண்மை உண்மையெல்லாம் எளிமை வளமை புலமையுடன் இயன்மை வியன்மை தன்மை மிக பெருமை இல்லா பெருமை மிகும் பொருஞ்சே முல்லை மருதம் பாலை நெய்தல் என்றே நிலங்கள் வகுத்து காலத்தால் எங்கும் மறக்க இயலா கண்ணி தன்மை கொண்ட காவியமென ஞானம் எங்கிலும் வழங்கியே வாழ்த்திடும் அமுதமழையே அழகுமிகும் மன்னையே தெம்மொழியாயம் மயாழும் அமுதமழையே அழகுமிகும் மன்னையே செம்மொழியாயம் மயாழும் அமுதமழையே அழகுமிகும் மன்னையே
Thank you, Ms. Yashwini Ranjan. Ms. Dinushri Shivakumar, Ms. Shweta Chandrakumar, and Ms. Abhilashini Balakrishnan for the wonderful dance performance.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, next on our agenda is a special agenda which is honoring ceremony for GOPIO founding members, a legacy of leadership. I would like to invite Mr. Ravindran Arjunan, the Secretary of GOPIO, come organizing chairman of this program, to say a few words on the effort of the founding members.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to kindly request the attention of everybody. This is a very meaningful ceremony that we are going to do now. I want to speak on it because I am the youngest of the lot. I'm the youngest of a lot of the group of people who are going to come up here. Specifically, I want to mention about about five of them have left us. Specifically, I want to mention the work that was done by Mr. Selvaraju Sundram, who's no longer with us. Is on his basis, on his effort and in his direction, he always thinks two steps ahead of all of us. I wish he's here to see what's all going on. The second person is Dande Bahadur, who's from Sri Dande Bahadur from Mauritius. They were like brothers. They quarrel a lot, but then they get together and things start moving. And I don't want to forget Sri Baleshwar Agarwal ji from ARSP, who actually connected GOPIO International to Delhi. He's the man who took us to Delhi, and from there, GOPIO started growing. So friends, we have about 14 of them who have actually contributed to what we all are enjoying today, GOPIO International. I remember these people, even in those days. Today we are having a PIO CEO conference. It is not just for anything, because the thought is 1/3 of the community, if one-third of the community become business people, there's no need to go on begging for anything in our life. That is important. We don't need to ask for Tamil school. We will build our own. In that score, PIO CEO Forum was actually organized this year, not because we want you to do business, we want you to senior PIO CEOs, please, you have a responsibility to nurture future CEOs. So in that score, I would like to leave it to the MC to call the respective awardees.
We kindly request His Excellency Shri Kirti Vardhan Singh, accompanied with His Excellency B.N. Reddy, Dr. Ponnusamy, Mr. Chandra Prakash, and Mr. Gunasegaran, alongside Mr. Ravindran, to the stage.
We request upon his family members, late Sri Selvaraju Sundram from Malaysia, to receive the award on his behalf.
We would also like to request the family member of late Sri Dandev Bahadur from Mauritius to receive award on his behalf. Family member of late Baleshwar Agarwal from Antarashtriya Sayog Parishad, India, who was an instrumental person in linking GOPIO in Delhi. Family member representative, please.
We request also upon his family member, late Datuk K. Padmanabhan, former Deputy Health Minister of Malaysia.
Next, family representative of late Mr. S.T. Arasu from Malaysia. Not forgetting late Dr. Krishnan. Family member representative, please.
Next, we would like to invite Dr. Ponusami Mutaya, current president of GOPIO International.
Dr. P. Kandaswamy.
Dr. R.M. Govindan.
Mr. C.N. Yuvaraj.
Dr. Nagapan Mutaya.
Dr. Vaithilingam Pillai.
Dr. Kalaimani Subramaniam.
Dr. M. Subramaniam.
Dato M. Subramaniam Surama. Mr. Gunasegran Srirangan, current President of GOPIO Malaysia.
The last but not the least, Mr. A. Ravindran Arjunan, Secretary General of GOPIO International, come Organizing Chairman of 15th GOPIO International Convention, Kuala Lumpur. Thank you, dignitaries, for the presentation. You may kindly be seated. Now, it's time for a closing performance. Please welcome Mrs. Revati Deepak and Mrs. Revati Deepak for a Bollywood dance.
ये भी न जाने वो भी न जाने नैनों के रंग
Thank you once again to Dyuti Deepak for the brilliant performance.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to request His Excellency Shri Kirti Vardhan Singh to the stage along with Mr. Ravindran, the organizing chairman of this program, for a token of appreciation to His Excellency. Please welcome.
Thank you, His Excellency. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I would now invite Mr. Gunasekharan Srirangan, the President of GOPIO Malaysia, for the closing remarks. Please give a warm welcome to Mr. Guna to the stage.
Vanakkam. Sorry for the small interruption. So first one, just want to thank everyone. எல்லாத்துக்கும் கடைசியில் நன்றி சொல்லணும். To Mr. To our His Excellency Sri Kirti Vardhan Singh, Minister of State for External Affairs and Environment, Forests and Climate Change, India, for attending today's function. To our High Commission, Indian High Commission, especially to Excellency Mr. B.N. Reddy, Madam Subhashini, Madam Amrita. We had two ladies who was helping us from Indian High Commission, Miss Padmini. So happened to be her birthday today. Happy birthday, Miss Padmini. Miss Ramya. I'd like to thank the Rajasthani troupe for performing today. Laksha Arts. Media partners, Makalosai, Dinatandi, Malaysian Nanban, AST Online, Malaysia Kalai Ulagam, in Tamil, all the youth delegates, for all the foreign delegates who are here, and for the International Youth Center as well, and all the well-wishers. After this, tomorrow we will have a convention. Please, after the convention, we'll meet all of you for our inaugural session for PIO Malaysia 2.0 tomorrow. Please be there for 14, 15 and 16. Thank you. Nandri. Vanakkam.
For those heartfelt words. As we conclude tonight's festives, I want to extend my deepest gratitude to each and every one of you for being here and for your continued support.
Let us carry the spirit of this evening forward as we work together towards our shared goals. Have a wonderful evening, safe travels home, and we look forward to seeing you at our future events. We, Nagesh
and Darshana,
are signing off tonight with good night to everyone. Thank you.